South Africa, a land where the natural world and human history intertwine in the most extraordinary ways. Just saying the name brings so many pictures to mind, from the iconic Table Mountain to the bustling streets of Johannesburg. The diversity is astounding. Towering mountains meet the sea, creating breathtaking vistas that captivate the soul. Vast plains stretch as far as the eye can see, offering a sense of freedom and endless possibilities. And the animals, lions, elephants, rhinos, it's like stepping into a nature documentary. The wildlife here is unparalleled, drawing visitors from around the globe. But South Africa is more than just its incredible landscapes. It's a land of contrasts, where modern cities coexist with ancient traditions. It's a land of many cultures, woven together like threads in a bright tapestry. Each culture adds its own unique color and texture to the fabric of the nation. People from all walks of life call this place home. From the urban professionals in Cape Town to the rural farmers in the Eastern Cape, the diversity is striking. They speak different languages, eat different foods, and have different stories to tell. The linguistic diversity alone is staggering, with 11 official languages and countless dialects, but there's a darkness woven into this beauty too. The scars of apartheid and colonialism are still visible, reminding us of the struggles that have shaped this nation. A history of conflict and division. For centuries, different groups have clashed over land, resources, and power, leaving a legacy of tension and resilience. For centuries, different groups have clashed over land, resources, and power. The battles fought here have left an indelible mark on the landscape and the people. This struggle has shaped South Africa into the complex and fascinating country it is today. A place where the past and present coexist, creating a unique and dynamic society. To understand South Africa, you have to listen to its stories, stories passed down through generations, each one adding a layer to the rich tapestry of the nation's history. Stories of ancient tribes and colonial powers. The Khoisan, Zulu, and Xhosa peoples, among others, have all left their mark on this land. Stories of oppression and resistance. The fight against apartheid, led by figures like Nelson Mandela, is a testament to the resilience and strength of the South African people. Stories of hope and resilience. Despite the challenges, the spirit of the people remains unbroken, and their hope for a better future shines brightly. And that's what we're going to do together. Journey through time to uncover the heart of this remarkable nation. From its ancient beginnings to its modern-day triumphs, South Africa's story is one of beauty, contrast, and enduring spirit. Long before the first European ships arrived on South African shores, the land was already a vibrant tapestry of life and culture. The land already belonged to someone else, to people who had lived there for thousands of years, shaping the environment and being shaped by it in return. The San people, often called Bushmen, were the original inhabitants of this land. They are one of the oldest continuous populations on Earth, their history stretching back tens of thousands of years. They lived in harmony with nature, hunting with bows and arrows and gathering plants for food. Their survival skills were finely tuned to the rhythms of the land, allowing them to thrive in a variety of environments. Their knowledge of the land and its secrets was incredible. They knew which plants could heal and which could harm, how to find water in the driest seasons, and how to track animals across vast distances. Then came the Khoikhoi, pastoral people who herded sheep and cattle. They arrived in the region around 2,000 years ago, bringing with them a different way of life. They lived a nomadic lifestyle, moving their herds to greener pastures. Their movements were dictated by the seasons and the availability of grazing land. Khoikhoi were skilled traders and often interacted with the San. They exchanged goods, knowledge, and sometimes even intermarried, creating a complex web of relationships. As centuries passed, Bantu-speaking groups like the Zulu and Xhosa migrated south from Central Africa. These migrations were part of a larger movement of Bantu-speaking peoples across the continent. They brought with them their own cultures, languages, and ways of life. Their arrival added new layers to the cultural landscape of the region. The Zulu, known for their warrior traditions, established a powerful kingdom under the legendary King Shaka. His military innovations and leadership transformed the Zulu into a formidable force. These early groups, the San, Khoikhoi, Zulu, Xhosa, and many others, formed the rich tapestry of indigenous cultures that existed long before colonialism cast its long shadow on South Africa. Each group contributed to the region's diversity with their unique traditions, languages, and ways of life. Their stories are etched into the land itself, whispers of the wind carrying echoes of their past. The land remembers their footsteps, their songs, and their struggles, preserving their legacy for future generations to discover and honor. The San people left behind a remarkable legacy in the form of rock art. These ancient paintings, found in caves and on rock faces, depict scenes of hunting, dancing, and daily life. They offer a window into the world of the San, capturing moments of joy, struggle, and survival. The Khoikhoi, too, left their mark on the land. Their artifacts, from pottery to tools, tell the story of a people who adapted to their environment and thrived. These objects, carefully crafted and used in daily life, are a testament to their ingenuity and resilience. The Zulu and Xhosa brought with them rich cultural traditions that continue to be celebrated today. Their ceremonies, dances, and rituals are vibrant expressions of their heritage, passed down through generations. Today, South Africa is a land where the past and present coexist. Modern cities rise alongside ancient landscapes, and the echoes of history can be heard in the bustling streets and quiet countryside. The whispers of the wind remind us of the enduring legacy of the land's first inhabitants and the rich cultural heritage they left behind. As the sun sets over the South African landscape, the whispers of the wind continue to tell the stories of those who came before. Their legacy lives on in the land, in the people, and in the timeless beauty of this remarkable place. In 1488, a Portuguese explorer named Bartolomeu Dias rounded the southern tip of Africa. He called it the Cape of Storms because of the treacherous seas. This voyage opened up a new sea route to the east, and European powers became increasingly interested in South Africa. It wasn't long before the Dutch East India Company established a trading post at the Cape of Good Hope in 1652. This marked the beginning of a long and complicated relationship between Europeans and the indigenous people of South Africa. As more Europeans arrived, they began to claim land for themselves. They pushed the indigenous people off their ancestral lands, forcing them into servitude and disrupting their way of life. This displacement and dispossession would have devastating consequences for generations to come. The arrival of Europeans also brought about social and cultural changes. New languages, religions, and customs were introduced, forever altering the fabric of South African society. The discovery of diamonds in 1867 and gold in 1886 changed everything. These discoveries marked the beginning of a new era for South Africa, an era that would be defined by both immense wealth and profound conflict. Suddenly, South Africa was thrust onto the world stage, not for its beauty or its people, though both were remarkable, but for its mineral wealth. The land was rich with resources that the world craved, and this newfound attention brought both opportunity and turmoil. People from all over the world flocked to South Africa, drawn by the promise of fortune and prosperity, hoping to strike it rich. The influx of fortune seekers transformed the social and economic landscape of the region. The gold rush transformed Johannesburg from a small village into a bustling city almost overnight. Streets that were once quiet and empty became crowded with people, businesses, and the constant hum of activity. But this newfound wealth came at a steep price. The rush for gold and diamonds was not without its dark side. The discovery of gold and diamonds intensified the conflict over land and resources. The land that had been home to indigenous communities for centuries was now the center of a fierce struggle. The indigenous people were pushed further and further to the margins, their lives and livelihoods disrupted by the relentless pursuit of wealth. As Europeans claimed the most valuable land for mining, the competition for these resources led to numerous disputes and a growing sense of injustice among the local population. The competition for labor also led to the exploitation of black South Africans. They were seen as a cheap and expendable workforce, essential to the mining operations but treated with little regard for their well-being. They were forced to work in dangerous conditions for meager wages, often risking their lives for the benefit of the mine owners, under the watchful eyes of their colonial masters. The power dynamics were stark and unforgiving, with the colonial overseers maintaining strict control over the labor force. The seeds of racial segregation and inequality were sown deep during this period, as the economic benefits of mining were enjoyed by a select few while the majority suffered, setting the stage for the dark days of apartheid. The legacy of this era would cast a long shadow over South Africa, leading to decades of struggle and resistance against an oppressive system. Today, South Africa continues to grapple with the complex legacy of its past. The wealth generated by its mineral resources has left an indelible mark on the nation, shaping its history and its future. Yet amidst the challenges, there is also hope. The story of gold, diamonds and discord is also a story of resilience and the enduring spirit of the South African people. As the country moves forward, it carries with it the lessons of its history, striving for a future where the wealth of the land benefits all its people and the discord of the past gives way to harmony and unity.